Yeah. Maybe she's
That's okay. We're live now. Hello, live people.
Hello? Hello? Is that slightly better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so two of them causes some problems. All right, so it looks like we're live.
Yeah,
Let's see
man.
if anyone tunes in. But I know you're going crazy. There's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm just refreshing the stream here. See if
Yo, Lewis is here. What's up, Lewis?
Oh, that's so weird. I actually was live streaming it, and it was coming through my headset, so I was actually hearing ourselves talking.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I heard something. I heard an echo.
Yeah.
So we got some crazy stuff going on. So we got something on the screen here. We're trying this out, so this may or may not work out. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Shayna? What's up, Lewis? We're talking
Big news.
Fandom reveals.
Man, how much
There's
stuff are they going to drop today?
Yeah.
Have you looked at anything that's been recent? I was out with the dog walking. I don't know. Did you see anything new?
No, I was busy picking up dinner and stuff.
That sounds like you just weren't paying attention. That's what that sounds like.
Maybe that's exactly what happened. So we're talking like this Batman craziness. Like, this is cool, right?
Yeah, so I sent this to you earlier, and you were like, what the hell is that?
I was joking with you. I think it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, you know what? The font reminds me of the Batman animated series Blu-ray. I feel like they used this font on the packaging almost.
Batman animated series Blu-ray.
Yeah, I feel like they used this on their font on the outside of the box.
I can look it up.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but it just looks really familiar to me. It also looks like the old, like in the 80s. Like remember the Batman books, like the Breyfogle era and stuff like that. Like that's what the book looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for.
Yeah, look at that first photo on the left.
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or is it?
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. You know better than me. I'm Yeah, that's as close as I can get to it right now.
Yeah, but that kind of looks like it, right? Go back to what they released. So
that's this. That's this.
Right?
Oh yeah, Lewis is saying the box font looks skinnier. So hold on, let me see. All right, so we got Shayna. She wants a sweatshirt. That's cool.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get. Yeah. That's the one thing you probably don't have to worry about. You're going to get tons of paraphernalia and sweatshirts and hats with that logo on it.
Lewis says he has the box set, so he can just say he says the font looks skinnier.
Okay, just as a side note, Lewis, I need you to answer me a question. When you're watching it on the Blu-ray, the box set, is it in full screen or is it in 14:9 ratio? Because I almost pulled the trigger on getting the box that was on sale, and then I decided not to because I was like, I heard somewhere that it was blocked off on the sides, and I was like, you're doing it in HD, and you're still going to have the bars on the side. I'm out. So Lewis, I need you to tell me if it's when you're watching it on your Blu-ray, if it's full screen or not.
Yeah.
So Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman, released this. First of all, they released the symbol that you see.
I got his tweet here. So yeah, he's got the the symbol. Yeah, I got the symbol here. New bat symbol is this, right?
Yeah. So at first I was like, what? But I gotta say, it's actually kind of grown on me. I dig it. I do. I dig it. I dig that it's not like, it's just different than the other ones that we've seen.
I like how it. Let me see. I have the picture here. I don't know if is it supposed to be this one here. So I like how that sits on his chest. Like it kind of goes way out here. It's very Nightwing-ish actually when you look at it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
The only thing is though is that there's no head on that chest piece, right?
Yeah, there's no bat head, but so it's more of like a Batarang thing. Zoe Craft Catwoman. Yeah.
Wait, they haven't. They haven't put out an official photo of what she looks like, have
Oh
they?
man, let me look it up. Will you talk? I'll look it up.
So Matt Reeves sends out the official logo of Batman a couple days ago, and then today drops the symbol, then drops the logo of it, and Jim Lee also at the same time. Matt Reeves puts out this, and John had it up earlier, but this Jim Lee drawing for Fandom happening in 2 days with Pattinson as Batman. And I gotta say, I mean, listen, maybe it's just the way Jim Lee drew him. Looks great. That new costume looks really cool. See, I don't think any of these are. I don't think any of these are.
They look like Photoshops. Yeah, they look like
Yeah.
Photoshops. But yeah, let's go back to the Matt Reeves tweet here. So that's the tweet he dropped.
Now, let me ask you, what do you think about this trailer that DC dropped as Fandom? They rely quite heavily on the Christopher Reeve Superman. He's in there twice, plus they used the theme song. Like that's
I noticed they used a theme song from it. I was like, oh wow, they dug up like they're really like leaning into that.
The John Williams theme.
Yeah, they're gonna release it like a new thing with it or something like that.
Don't forget, they sampled it.
This is weird.
They sampled it on Justice League, eh? You probably wouldn't remember.
But they did. Remember.
Yeah, of course not. But they did sample it when Clark wakes up. Widescreen. Okay. Oh, the material is 4:3. I don't care about that. Good. Thanks. Yeah. Let me know. So maybe I'll pick that up then next time it's on sale. In Justice League, when Clark wakes up and he gets to the memorial for him and stuff like that, and as the crew are trying to fight him, they do a little bit of the John Williams theme, Superman theme. They do put it in there. So,
I don't remember it. Yeah, I remember the part that you talked about later, where they actually are putting the table in there. I remember that part afterwards. Yeah, because I've only seen it once. I saw it once in theaters, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Batman. So Matt Reeves puts that out, and then today we get confirmation that Ben Affleck is back.
Yeah.
As Batman.
Yeah, they don't have
the Flash movie. And this is not like a rumor. This is actually dropped in Variety from the director himself. So you have two Batmen in the Flash movie. You've got Michael Keaton, where if anybody wants to go back, and we have one of our episodes, we did a live episode, I think it's on YouTube, where we talk about the fact that Batman and Michael Keaton was back. I was going bananas for it. And then today to hear that Affleck's back, I was like, what? Like this?
I was like, Rob's gonna nerd out for sure. For sure, that Affleck's back, he's gonna be like, oh man, this is the best day ever.
Well, because listen, I've never made any bones about it. I'm not a big fan of Ezra Miller of this suit. I don't like his interpretation of Barry Allen. So I don't care for him in any of those Harry Potter spin-off movies. I'm just not a fan of Ezra Miller in general, and it's sure he's a nice guy aside from allegedly punching people in Iceland. But
somewhere down.
I'm just not a fan of what I've seen him in thus far. So I didn't like him as the Flash. I was not looking forward. I was really hoping beyond everything that they would just get rid of Ezra Miller and bring somebody else in, like maybe Armie Hammer. And then they didn't. But now you have Michael Keaton, and now you're throwing in Ben Affleck. I'm going to tell you right now, man, this Flash movie, I am all for it. I'm down for it. I cannot wait.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like,
so what's interesting also in that quote from the director for the Flash director, and I can't remember, is it Joseph Massachetti, is that he pretty much states this is the beginning of everything that we have seen before exists, and everything you will see post Flash movie exists, and this is the birth of the multiverse, and that everything will be in the movies going forward will all be in the multiverse, and thereby allowing some interconnectivity, but allowing these movies to be standalone on their own, and it makes it easier to bring in. You don't have the Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans issue, right? Yeah. If Jason Momoa is like, Bro, I'm done playing Aquaman. I want to be Lobo.
good impersonation of Jason Momoa. bro.
Then you now can catch yourself a new Aquaman, and it doesn't matter because you are in the multiverse. It doesn't make a difference. So it's interesting. Yeah. It's an interesting concept of how they're going to go forward with that.
Yeah, so they pulled was it the Star Trek movie? Didn't the Star Trek movie kind of do that? The first J.J. Abrams one, they had Spock show up and say that it was a separate universe or something like that.
Well, yeah, the Kelvin timeline, and then what they call the Abrams timeline, whatever it is, right? So So, anyways, I'm stoked about this. Ben Affleck is back. I mean, I think we've talked about this on the podcast a few times, and I feel like Stu Pei, our producer, may have even said this as well. Like, he's like, there's no way he would be shocked if Ben Affleck came back, and here we are. We're all completely shocked. Now, Humberto Gonzalez from the Wrap or Heroic Hollywood broke it out today, saying that it's a cameo appearance, that he was handed the script back in May. He made some suggestions to it. He got the revised and finished script the end of last week and signed on the beginning of this week. So it must be good. And like, you got to figure for the guy to come in with the cameo, it could be 10 minutes. Who knows, right? It's not going to be a quick, oh, there he is, and he's gone. So yeah, man, I'm down for this. I am seriously down. This is going to be great. Yeah. Andreas, yes, buddy. Ben Affleck is back. Back as Batman in the Flash movie for a cameo appearance. Appearance could be 10 minutes, could be 15 minutes, who knows? But yeah, he's back. Him and Michael Keaton. So think about it, John. We were going kind of bananas when we were talking about this before, like a few months ago, thinking like, wow, you're going to have Michael Keaton and Robert Pattinson. You have two Batmen within a
and you
year.
Were going crazy.
Right. And your mind's like, what? And you have three. You have three different Batmen in a that's crazy to me.
Maybe what's his name? Christian Bale will come back too. That'd be the next announcement.
Dude, could you imagine if they have Christian Bale? I mean, you can't get Val Kilmer because of his medical conditions. Obviously, he's not going to be able to reprise his role. George Clooney could, though.
Yeah.
Listen, you throw a couple $1 million at these guys to do like a quick. Yeah.
Fire those movies off. People will show up for those cameos.
Seriously, could you imagine? I mean, listen, George Clooney has always been that he feels like he tanked the Batman universe, the Batman movies with his Batman and Robin. I never thought it was his fault. I think it was the fault of Joel Schumacher and Warner Brothers. But could you imagine having a movie where you have all like living actors who have portrayed Batman back in the universe, even if it was for 5 or 10 minute cameos? Yeah. Honestly, the only thing that we could potentially that has ever been as close is for those who are Doctor Who fans of having past Doctor Who's actors come together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You're a man of many words.
Yes.
Man.
No, this is your realm. This is your realm here, right? So I'm like this is crazy. Like I do like this. I did like overall Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought he was fine for it. Like I think he got kind of a bum rap. The suit didn't fit him the greatest when he was doing it. Like they kind of pushed his face like this. So I'm sure they could muck around with it and make it a little nicer. But
well, the BVS suit was much better than the Justice League suit was, right? I think we can all agree to that. Also, best Batman on screen in terms of fighting. People are like, oh, he's too violent. What are you talking about? He is taking guys and he's throwing them over boxes with his Gatling gun. Like, are you kidding me? Or with his bat.
The grapple hook,
grapple gun, yeah.
Yeah, that scene I think is one of the best instances of Batman on film taking down bad guys and doing it very Batman-like.
Dude, that was
I do,
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah. And then I did like the fighting system they used for Christian Bale's Batman, but the first movie you couldn't see anything that was going on. Later on, they opened it up and what he could do, and you could see it a little bit better.
Wait, what fighting system did Christian Bale employ? Because he did a lot of this.
I think it was called like KCism or something, which is kind of like a mixed bag of like martial arts and various other things and stuff like that. So he had a lot of like very. It was. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's been a while since those movies came out. I don't even like. How long has it been since those came out?
Oh, John. I think Batman Begins was 2000 and I want to say 5. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess it was 2005 was Batman Begins. At any rate, so now it leads into this. What John's showing us right now this weekend, man, is DC Fandom, and it's interesting. They've actually now broken it up into 2 parts. So originally it was supposed to be 24 hours of like overlapping schedules. So you could either watch the Wonder Woman 84 or you would watch Legends of Tomorrow. Like you had to figure out which one you wanted to watch.
You got to choose.
That's a hard choice, right? No. So at any rate, they've broken it up now. So I think the only television shows that will be making an appearance this weekend are The Flash and Titans. There was supposed to be a secret DC movie project announced. It hasn't. It looks like they pulled it, but they still have a surprise DC Comics announcement. Part of me wonders if we're going to hear the Green Lantern series, or if they're going to wait till September the 12th, I believe, is the next Fandom, if they're going to announce it there. So we'll find out. But yeah, man, there's a lot happening this weekend with DC. And the weird thing, if I've read things correctly, is that they're only keeping it online for like 24 hours and then it's gone.
Really? So this DC Fandom, so this site here, do you know if it works? Is this site up yet?
Yeah, well, what you do right now is if you go on, you have to you create a schedule, right? So just make a schedule, and so that way you can put it in your phone, and you'll know when things are, what panels you want to be a part of.
That's crazy. Look at this, and you got like all this stuff you got to fill out. Whoa. All right, interesting. Whoops. So yeah,
so that's what.
Whoops. Sorry, this is new tech, folks. I'm fucking around with it.
So that's what that's about, man. Like that's just crazy. That's a lot of information. And then to like make matters even more weirder, yesterday, Sony announces Olivia Wilde is directing Spider-Woman. And we all know, I mean, she's saying it's an untitled female-centric Marvel movie. Well, she tweeted out a spider. So
a spider.
we're pretty confident we know.
Maybe it's Spider. What is this Kraven the Hunter thing?
Yeah, and then that was today. The Kraven that Sony is going forward with the Kraven the Hunter, and they've landed a director, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but they've got a director for that. The guy who did Triple Frontier. So, like, part of me wonders, like, Sony is just banking their money solely on the Spider-Man property and hoping that people will just keep coming out. Venom did well. They're hoping Joey. They're hoping that Venom 2 does well. They're hoping Morbius does well, and so they'll just be like, they're just milking it. They're milking the Spider-Verse essentially, right, for everything it possibly has. This can only go poorly, right? Like that's the reality. If you have so many properties all centered around one specific universe, there's only so much you can hold up, and then eventually it all comes down like a house of cards, right? So I wish them nothing but success. I really couldn't care less for Spider-Woman, only because I have no real attachment to it, aside from I think she appeared in the cartoon Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends back in the 80s. But I also have no attention to Morbius either. I'll go watch it, but as long as it looks good, I'll go watch it. So yeah. Lewis is right.
My boy Tyrese in Morbius. Morbius.
What? You're right. You're not. Yeah. You're right, Joey. They are going to milk it exactly. And then we have people like Scott, who is just going to be making very dirty jokes about milking this.
Let's go for a second. There we go. That's too dirty for the stream. Damn it, Scott.
So I mean, talk about a whole bunch of news that has dropped in the last.
On a random Thursday.
Well, in the last 24 hours, Olivia Wilde, the bat symbol yesterday, then the logo today, Ben Affleck, and the Kraven thing. That's yeah, you're right, John. It's just a random Thursday in August.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess because the event, like you're saying, most of these things have been already filmed. Is what is our understanding, right? All these DC panels are already filmed, and they're just going to drop them on Saturday. They're not doing it live, I don't think, right?
No. So a lot the panels have all been filmed. That's why they know exactly how long it is. That's why if anybody's a fan of James Gunn and follow him on Instagram or Twitter, he's been putting up some of the small little clips of the entire Suicide Squad cast. They did a big Zoom meeting probably 3 weeks ago or whatever, and that's been put together. So it's all been pre-filmed. I think Jim Lee was just refilming some of his stuff based on his Instagram feed. It looks like he was refilming stuff yesterday because now they've switched it into 2 different parts. Let's get that dirty thing out of here. They've switched into 2 different parts. September 12th is the second part of Fandom, which is more of the TV and all that stuff. So you'll and the more of the kid zone stuff. So maybe he's whatever he filmed before, maybe it was too much integration of the both. Also, we should note is that there's this. Now, are you a video game player?
I play here and there. You know this. Not on a regular.
Yeah. Okay, so anybody who's watching right now, if you're a video game player, you've probably been interested and been following what this big tease has been coming out. That these, on Twitter, these weird symbols as of late, and people in these flash freezes or freeze frames and flashes and everything else, and people are stopping them, trying to figure it out and piece this puzzle together. And it's looking like we've got a new Batman game. Not only are we going to get some information on Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League on Saturday, but now it looks like, I believe it's WB Montreal will be releasing another Batman Arkham game. It could be, and it's a lot of hints are moving towards Court of Owls. Using the Court of Owls storyline as the basis of this new Arkham game. So that's exciting for people like me who are big fans of the Arkham games.
Hey, the Avengers beta. Did you play the Avengers beta?
No, because I hate the way that the Avengers look in that game.
Oh, yeah. The designs are kind of whack. I don't know if anyone else out there tried it. But I did play it with a buddy of mine, and it was actually pretty good. It was like pretty solid. They give you like 9 levels to mess around in. It's crazy.
That's a beta for 9 levels?
Yeah, I was like, wow, why is this damn thing so long? Sorry, let's get in the comments here a little bit.
So Joey just said Batman, Tyrese doesn't have the presence. You're damn right, Lewis does.
He does.
He does not. No, he doesn't.
You're just based on he had a bad spell on Instagram for a little while, and then I think Lewis, you're dead to me. No, I'm just joking.
But Joey made an interesting comment. He said Batman Arkham game.
Yeah, this right here.
Arkham in games is the Spider-Verse of DC. Don't know about that.
Here, hold on. I don't know. You got a correction here. Is so the
Batman Arkham in games is the Spider-Verse of DC. I don't know.
It's now for the new game.
But I am very excited. The only thing though, it's interesting.
The Ghetto Adventures.
But it's going to be interesting because Rocksteady were the ones that did the original. The proper Arkham trilogy. WB Montreal did Arkham Origins, which there are a lot of people who really enjoy Arkham Origins. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with WB Montreal pulls out of their hat on Saturday, whether or not we have an amazing brand new game. To be honest, I would love to see it based on the Court of Owls. I would love it to follow that storyline, even though I've read that Court of Owls, the full storyline, 5-6 times. I would love to have a game in that world. It would be so much fun. What else? This Saturday, man, big stuff happening. I'm super excited. I'm stoked. I'm very happy. It's supposed to be nice hot weather where we are on Saturday. I will be by my pool, but I'm going to have my phone ready to go online to discuss any of the stuff that's happening. It looks like for those
you're going to get a Justice League trailer, you think?
Have you? Zack Snyder sent out a bit of a tease today.
What is a teaser? What happens when I click this? Does the sound going to come through?
I don't know. Unmute it. You're on mute.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna.
Unmute it.
I don't think that sound's coming.
How do I?
I don't got the mute on this. All right, sorry folks, this is new technology.
Okay, but you can at least see what's happening here. Oh well, and then John just decides to cut out of it. So Snyder released this like teaser of, I guess, of the trailer that we're going to get.
So this is all new footage. I don't recognize any of this except for them maybe landing on the floor.
No, this was that footage of Cyborg in the football game. That was part of the original Justice League trailer.
But what about this? I don't remember this. Superman walking around here. This must be
I don't know, John, because for me, it looks like this small. You haven't blown.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to break out my glasses to see what the hell you're talking about, because I don't really know. Dumbass. Now I get.
Yeah, I get. Hold on, let me see here. Hold on here. Look. Okay, there we go, folks. Okay, we're gonna do a little. We're gonna have a little fun here. We're mostly messing around with this thing so we can use it on Saturday. But this shot here of Superman walking around, I feel like this is new.
Well, that is new, but that would be from when he first awoke and he was revived, right, in the Kryptonian ship. So a lot of these scenes are all from that area of what, like, I mean, we saw that before when they all arrive. I mean, that's where they're going to find him after he leaves. Remember, he flies out of the Kryptonian ship and he lands and he sees the memorial and all that stuff, right? So, oh, Joey, look at this! Look at that! So funny. Whatever. All right, I'm going to give it to you.
You should have invited her in, but I wasn't sure if this tech was going to work. So we almost had a problem right before we started with no audio going on.
No, we didn't have the problem. You had the problem.
But you could hear me. I couldn't hear you, so I don't know what the issue
was. Yeah, so I am very much looking forward to seeing what. Listen, I told you before, I'm probably the biggest Zack Snyder support. Like, I can't wait for this. I feel like Stu was kind of big on the Zack Snyder cut as well. I don't think Andre was, if I remember correctly, and I'm not sure.
No, Andre's down. He, during an early podcast that I dropped, he mentions that he wants to see the Snyder version of Justice League, and Rob remains completely silent during this part.
Okay, well, that was
Andre's like, I would love to see Snyder's version, vision, blah, 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 because all the stuff that happened with Whedon, and then we cut to Rob, and Rob's like, okay, and then we move on to the next topic. This guy doesn't say anything, and it turns out he's like the biggest fan of this ever.
Well, because I think that was my first appearance on the show, and so I was being like really like reserved and polite. So if you watch those first couple episodes, I do a lot of this. Like that. I do a lot of that. And then I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna start saying stuff. So.
I'm gonna start going uncuffed on the chain.
Yeah, Joey, I earlier said, I mean, when she wasn't trying to diss me about my apparent small manhood, she was talking about the Court of Owls. Yeah, I'm down for the Court of Owls as well. Listen, I love that. Look at this.
Look at this guy. This guy's got a CGC copy. This is a nerd here. No, 9.0. Well, that's a good grade. All right, so people who don't know, a 9.8 is like the usually the best you can get, I believe.
Well, a 10. It's very rare to find those. A 9.9 is even more rare, but yes, 9.8 is the. Wait, Jim Halpert? You mean from wrestling?
No, that's The Office.
Oh, okay. Oh,
when the camera cuts to him and he's reacting to something silly going on the screen, he's just like.
Yeah, I hate the way that our cameras work on this is backwards for us. So if we don't know what we're doing.
I was looking up some way to flip it, and there is no way as far as I can tell in this program.
Batman #1, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Court of Owls. That was the first one. And I would be so, just like as Joey said, I'd be so stoked for that. Lewis, what justifies? You know what, man? If you can,
10 would be crazy, yeah, because it touches so many hands before it gets to the customer. The factory, the warehouses, like it literally you'd have to be standing there on the press and get it and somehow get like a perfect copy. I think it almost doesn't exist. Yeah.
Now I've actually got I'm looking at 4 books I have that I want to send off to CGC to get graded, including this. Check this out. It's in a protective case, but that Jim Lee Wolverine number, it was like 1 out of 100 prints.
Oh, variant cover?
Variant cover, yeah.
Man, you're hardcore. I got nothing here. I got nothing here.
Do you want me to? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you this one. Okay, ready? This is signed, bro. Ready? It's Reborn. It's signed.
Yeah.
It's signed by Capullo and Jock. That was Jock's variant cover on Reborn #1, and I've always loved this. Loved it. And yeah, that sits on my desk with blowing her brains out, which is right next to what I do when I'm usually working. So,
No, this is you had to get it signed at the show, right?
I actually bought that online off an eBay auction. So
yeah, a lot of artists now are doing like signed versions of their own books and getting the verified CGC and selling them straight on the website, so the money is going straight back to the artist, which I think is really cool because it's their signature.
Yeah, I like that. Fraser's like, don't drop anything, which is funny. I actually almost did drop something else. I almost did drop another comic that I have here.
Oh man, yeah.
It's not graded, so it would have been.
If you don't know what we're talking about, if you go back and watch our episode talking about the DC layoffs, Rob whips out a Superman said, "Don't do it, dude," and almost dropped it. So
yeah, if you think about it, like it's actually kind of crazy how many things I have dropped. Like it makes no sense to me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, if you look behind me, John, where's it? Right there. You see that?
Yeah, that's a CGC book there. I can see the hologram.
Yeah, that is a Wolverine #1, 1988 Wolverine patch.
Ooh, patch Wolverine.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
So yeah, man, Fandom, dude, I'm excited. You know what I want to do? I want to answer some questions from the people who are watching right now because they're probably just here going, well, "What else do you guys have to talk about?" Honestly, we have to talk about all this stuff. This weekend is going to be like Nerdapalooza for DC fanboys. And it's going to be a massive rage for the Marvel zombies who don't want to participate or have anything to say about DC whatsoever. After last week's DC bloodbath, I just want to get some good information. Listen, at the end of the day, I am a fan of good material. I want to be entertained. I want to see these movies. I want to see these things succeed. I want to throw my money at it and be entertained and just love it and enjoy it because, man, I am 44 years old and never thought growing up that we would ever I would be in my lifetime seeing movies, TV shows, video games of all these different properties. All we had was like the 89 Batman, the Superman stuff, from Christopher Reeve, and then some really bad B movies. Like,
Punisher. Don't diss Punisher.
No, but like
oh God, this guy has it on VHS, like within reaching distance of his
look at that
thing,
and it's rewound.
Yeah, so Joey asked about CW shows, and I think Rob said that they're not covering that till September for DC Fandom Part 2, right?
Yes. So except for the Flash will be
Flash and Titans.
Flash TV show will be on there. I think it only makes sense if they're going to be talking about the Flash movie that they're going to have. Something the TV show. Shay's asking about DC Bloodbath. That we talked about that last week. You can see that on the YouTube. You can go also on to the.
It was actually this week. We're only on Thursday, bro. Yeah, so we posted a video on Monday. Yeah,
wow.
We posted a video on. We recorded on Sunday. We posted it on Monday, so it's on our YouTube and on our podcast sites.
Yeah,
but basically, DC laid off not DC, Warner Brothers laid off 20% of DC Comics or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact facts.
So Warner Brothers they were bought up by AT&T about 18 months ago, 2 years ago. They laid off a whole bunch of their workforce, but a lot of that also centered on DC. About a quarter of their workforce was gone, and about 30% of their line was cut of their comic line. So that's why they've called it DC the bloodbath, because a lot of editors and lines totally.
You could drop it. You could drop it all day. No, it's not going to devalue that because it's worthless.
What are you talking about?
It's talking about your VHS.
I have another VHS in my office here too.
You have a backup.
No. I have the original the Superman from 1982, but the 78 version of on VHS in my office. What do you want me to say, man? I'm a weird nerd. I got weird shit around my place, man. Yeah, Lewis, it has been one hell of a week. So yeah, Joey, unfortunately, nothing else about the CW shows except for like Titans. I would like to know what happens to Titans. I guess this doesn't really affect us in Canada because it's on Netflix. But I would like to see what happens if it goes on to HBO Max in the US or not, because I think it should continue. I actually enjoyed season 2 of Titans way more than season 1.
Yeah, I watched some of season 1. I thought it was all right, and then it got better.
You don't watch it.
Yeah, I watched some stuff.
Barely.
I'm caught up on Paw Patrol and a bunch of other terrible children's shows.
Scott, give us a question. Give us a question. Look, how about this? What do you guys want to see? We know what the schedule is going to be like. We know you got Wonder Woman. You know you've got Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know you've got Batman. You know you have Suicide Squad. You know we've got.
Do they have a list schedule, or do you have to register to see it?
No, there is a list. There is a list. You have to figure. Yeah, you have an Aquaman panel happening, so you have a lot that's being announced. But what is it that you guys want to see out of all that? What is something that interests you that you're like, please? I hope that we have we get to hear about this. Do you want an Aquaman 2 before a Trench movie? Do you want, we know that there's going to be a Wonder Woman Part 3 because Patty Jenkins already said she wants to complete her trilogy. So, do we think that Wonder Woman is going to be coming out this year?
Yeah, did you see in that trailer? I don't know if that was new footage when she drops the wings from her costume or whatever.
Yeah, that was original. Yeah, that's been out for a while.
I don't know if I can find that quickly.
I'm gonna try to see.
I tried not to. I know, I try not to watch a lot of these trailers because I'm like, I'm gonna see it anyways. But since it's so far away now.
But you never remember anything anyways, so what does it matter?
That's a good thing, no? I'm looking forward to that. Did you see that teaser of that Batmobile? I want to see that Batmobile up close.
I do want to know what's going on with Matt Reeves' face, though. He's got this weird mustache thing happening. Okay, so guys,
COVID mustache.
It kicks off 12 o'clock. I believe, though, that I think we're looking at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Is Wonder Woman kicks it off. Wonder Woman, and I can't say it without feel like I'm mumbling. Wonder Woman 84. Sandman Universe, Enter the Dreaming panel with Neil Gaiman. Multiverse 101 panel with Jim Lee. Introducing The Flash, Batman Beyond is 5 minutes. Whoa, wait a minute. The Flash panel is right before Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond is only be a 5-minute panel. Do you think that they're gonna Michael Keaton is gonna they're gonna announce Batman Beyond?
It does say Batman Beyond on here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, and it follows the Flash panel. Do you think, because we know that he's going to be part of the Flash movie, do you think that they're going to announce officially that he not only is part of the Flash, but for a 5-minute Batman Beyond panel, they're going to introduce that he'll be in Batman Beyond, the movie?
Yeah.
You know who would love this right now? Our friend Tim.
Tim? Oh, yeah. I should know.
He is a massive Batman Beyond fan.
Man, he's crazy. Wow, it's on the schedule. That's crazy. Well, look at this, man. Chris Daughtry is going to be performing at.
Gives a shit about that. Seriously. Legacy of the Bat panel, the Joker, Jim Lee portfolio, surprise DC Comics panel, 20 minutes. I don't know what that's going to be. Snyder Cut Flash TV panel, Joey, 4:54. So you're looking about 5 something. 5 or 6 o'clock will be a Flash TV panel. Black Adam panel featuring Dwayne Johnson. Titans TV panel at 5:50. Aquaman, and again, these are Central Times, guys. Shazam panel with Zach Levi. Again, a Wonder Woman cast panel, which I'm not really sure why. It's 22 minutes. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
It says the cats play Werewolf 1984. I don't know if that's a board game or a
I don't
video
know if I want to watch people playing a board game. I think it just seems. Wait, where was the Suicide Squad panel?
Suicide Squad is at the end here. I don't know if you can see it down here. It says
no. Sorry, that's
Kill the Justice League
game. Sorry, the Suicide Squad.
Oh, right here.
Movie panel's at 1:55. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Batman panel finishes it off.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Yeah, all the panels are on Saturday. Lewis says 2030 for, I guess, Batman Beyond is what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Scott wants to know when we're going to see any of this.
I think that's what Lewis said in 2030. Yes, you know what? Yeah. We will see it. The Rock, because they're supposed to start filming Black Adam, I think, early next year. Listen, here's the reality. When we all know we can. And Scott, you're in the medical profession. COVID-19 has destroyed and decimated everything. So we should have Black Widow on Blu-ray within the next couple of weeks because it would have come out in May. So yes, filming is stalled. Batman is supposed to resume in September, beginning of September, so just in a couple of weeks. So we will see it, but it's probably going to be a lot longer than we thought. And you know what, Scott? I agree with you, man. I am also intrigued by Suicide Squad. My son's a big fan of the last movie. I thought it was okay, but as I watch it more often, I get really annoyed with it. But I am very excited to see what James Gunn does with Suicide Squad.
It had its moments. It had like, and it's a shame because I actually really like David Ayer, like in general, like some of his previous stuff, like End of Watch, and
Fury. Did you watch that movie? That Fury, the tank movie.
Brad Fury. I haven't watched it. Yeah. No, I got a copy.
Hey, you know what? Let's play a game called "Hey, what movie has John not watched?" And I'm gonna tell you right now, any movie. Okay, somebody in the chat right now, put up a movie. Put up any title of any movie.
There's one year where I went to see almost everything in theaters.
Nobody believes you. Okay, anybody, Fraser, Lewis, Joey, Scott, put up something that any movie.
Get out of here. So I think we're going to see Mulan go straight to video, right? So we might see something. Tropic Thunder, I have seen it.
Yeah, sucker. No, go in the last 5 years. You're not listening to the rules. Last 5 years.
What's wrong with you? See, no one's seen anything, so they got nothing. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, Scott, you had a good question. This is something that we've been talking a lot about, a few times in past podcasts. John is right. Mulan is going straight to video on demand. You have to be a Disney Plus member, and then in the U.S. where you are, Scott, I think it's $29.99, and for us fools up in Canada, we have to pay $35. Answer me why there has to be a price discrepancy when it comes to digital content. I have no idea, because it's not like you have to actually move.
It might be licensing or whatever. I have seen Aquaman. See, I've seen a lot. I just haven't seen there's an era like before that I just didn't like. I haven't seen a lot of those things, right?
So now, Scott, what is interesting is let's see how Bill and Ted do. It's being released in theaters and on video on demand at the same time. Now, would anybody? So $35 for Mulan. I have no interest in paying $35 for Mulan whatsoever. But apparently you get to keep it. You have access to the movie after that for perpetuity or whatever, eternity. So
perpetuity. I don't think so. they might shut it down at some point. Yeah, Birds of Prey. Did you see that, Rob? Did you see Birds of Prey: Emancipation of Harley Quinn? Did you?
Yes.
I saw it in theaters. It was okay.
Okay, you know what happened? I took my son and our neighbor.
Oh man!
I had no idea. And it was like 20 minutes. That's a whole lot of swearing, and that was me going.
They murder the kid. They murder the kid. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god! There was a row of like a parent with some kids in the front.
Yeah, no, it was not a good way to take my 11-year-old.
But to this point, so you've seen both. I think last time we talked, you hadn't seen it. So Andreas hated Birds of Prey, right? Yeah, but I actually like Harley Quinn's portrayal in Suicide Squad better than she was in Birds of Prey. But it was a different story, right? So
yeah, it was a different story.
She was way cooler in Suicide Squad, I think.
She was. I agree. I'm just not a big fan of all the tattoos all over her face and stuff. I think why? What would the artistic reasoning to have that? John, are you making smoothies in the back?
My daughter decides to walk up and start going through her Legos randomly. Okay. Yeah, see, a lot of people haven't seen Birds.
No.
Izzy, take take it outside
Scott
too.
is willing to do Mulan for his kid. My kids don't have any interest in Mulan, so I probably wouldn't do that. Bill and Ted, I will totally do that. I will totally get it. With a caveat, if it's $30 though, I want to be able to own a copy of Bill and Ted for $30 and not just be able to rent it. I'm kind of a stickler for that.
Dude, a movie ticket would have cost you 20 plus.
I know, man, but $30 to rent something for 48 hours? I don't know, man. For me,
for rental it hurts. For rental it hurts. If you get to own it, then that's pretty awesome.
That's what I'm
Andre
saying.
agrees with me. Yeah, she was much better. Like she had way more like cooler attitude in what's it called?
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So I want to see how Bill and Ted do, and I want to see. I don't know. Somebody I was speaking to at work today, they were pretty certain that Black Widow is going to go video on demand. I don't see that happening. Sorry, I think that Marvel's got too much money invested in that they won't put it on video on demand. If they're not putting New Mutants on demand, they're not putting Black Widow on demand. So, it's the benchmark. I don't necessarily know if you can make a compelling argument with Mulan to whether or not other movie studios are going to want to drop their stuff online or not. I think Bill and Ted's, as silly as it sounds, will probably be the best benchmark for them to determine whether or not people are going to want to pay.
Yeah, it's got kind of a following. It's kind of a big deal, but yeah, I don't know.
$35 is a lot of money for somebody to rent a movie. Again, supposedly you can own it afterwards. Like you get it for 48 hours and then it's gone, and then you'll maybe have access in like November for whatever. I'm gonna tell you what. Here's what I'm not gonna pay $35 for Mulan, and I'm gonna wait for it to come on to Disney Plus proper in the next 3 to 4 months. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have Disney Plus. Although admittedly, I paid for a year of that membership and it really hasn't paid itself off. I mean, I watched Mandalorian, like we probably all did, and everything else I haven't really watched any
Frozen came out early.
Frozen 2 did come out early. I just haven't watched it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm Bill and Ted, I'm very stoked for that. I don't know, man. I just
Bill and Ted 2 Bill and Ted
what?
Sorry, Bill and Ted 2 Bogus Journey.
Correct.
The second one, I feel like I've watched that probably at least 10 times when I was a kid.
That was the worst one. I mean, it only made 2, but you watched Bogus Journey that often.
Kids. It was great for kids though, like like with Death and like hanging around with them, goofing around and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I've only seen the original first one maybe once, but Bogus Journey I've probably seen like at least 10 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't watched the new trailer though, because I figure I'm gonna watch it anyway. So I'm not watching anything.
I'll wait for the UK 3D Blu-ray. 4K, I think, maybe, right? Andreas, do they even make 3D Blu-rays anymore, man? Because we had this talk last time, I think earlier this week when John and I were live, and I spent all that money on a damn 3D television and Blu-ray player and everything else of that, and then like 2 weeks later they announced they were discontinuing making 3D TVs. So I don't even know. Disney Plus is worth it if you have kids. Not my kids. They don't want to watch it. Sorry, they want to watch Fortnite videos and Minecraft videos. So they're not going to be watching. They don't watch Disney Plus.
Stuff. My kids still watch Netflix. Like the Disney Plus, I guess it just doesn't have enough stuff on it, or whatever.
Yeah. So so John, tell me, what are you looking forward to? Nobody else has answered on Fandom, DC Fandom. You're a comic guy. What are you looking forward to seeing the most?
I'm actually hyped for this Batman stuff. This Batman
it's
stuff,
so funny
and your Snyder cut that you're super hyped for. I rewatched Man of Steel now that it's on Netflix, and I really like. I feel like that movie kind of got a bum rap. Maybe it was before its time or something like that.
Yeah, I really like Man of Steel. I love that movie. I have seen it many, many times. So I'm happy to hear that you are now hyped for Snyder Cut, because I don't think originally you were. I think you were like, you could.
I like the Justice League in the original iteration. I haven't watched it again since because of the weird special effects mustache-y type things. And I feel like if that wasn't in there, or if they fixed that, then I definitely would have maybe picked it up on Blu-ray or something like that. And Batman versus Superman. I haven't watched the director's cut, so I hear that is better.
Yes, I quite enjoyed it. And so now the one thing you could be very much happy and looking forward to, John, is that there will be no fake mustache cut in Zack Snyder's League.
Exactly. Everyone, I feel like at the time that this movie came out, a lot of people disliked it. So much so that I skipped seeing it in theaters because everyone hated it.
Wow. I was day one, like got tickets that night to watch it. I was stoked to see it opening night. There's a lot of people were really upset at the amount of like death and destruction that happened in that movie. But then you watch every other movie, like Rampage or any of like Godzilla or whatever. Now, see, Scott, right? We're sinking, bro.
So for the follow up, they're gonna follow it up. Now they're gonna do their 4 episodes of craziness, and you think they're gonna be able to continue? It's a big deal. I feel like this is really taking off, this whole idea of their Snyder Cut TV show thing.
Now, I haven't watched it. There is apparently a documentary on comicbook.com that they produced and they released this week, all about the Snyder Cut and the movement behind it. I think it's maybe 15, 20 minutes long, but I got to go check that out. But apparently it's decent. It's a small little documentary about it. John, the other day we talked about Slugfest, the battle between Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Now, do we get Quibi up here in Canada?
I don't know. I see a lot of ads for it, so I suspect you can get Quibi.
So apparently, the Russos have done something with Slugfest. They've made a whole 28-minute episodes of Slugfest, taking the stuff from that book.
I'll look it up.
It hasn't dropped yet, but I'm quite interested in taking a look to see what this is like. Quibi. Well, we do get it up in Canada.
Yeah, we must. I feel like I'm getting value, privacy, whatever. So Kevin Smith announced Russo Brothers Slugfest documentary Quibi is done. Yeah,
because he was actually talking about it. So I was listening to his podcast earlier, and he was talking about it. And he was raving all about it. So I might actually have to sign up to get that. Yeah, man. So this weekend, DC Fandom, big news today. Ben Affleck is back. For those who may not have joined us at the beginning, Batfleck is back. We have Batfleck, Pattinson, and Keaton. All back as Batman.
Okay. All Batman all the time. Batman all the time.
Like, there was a time we had no Batman, and now we've got 3.
Yeah. Maybe Superman will follow. Maybe we'll get like multiple Supermans.
Well, you're not
Brandon Routh.
Reeves, so way to go, John.
Brandon Routh will come back.
Did you see, before we go, that trailer I sent you? That fan cut Justice League trailer?
No. Fan cut Justice League trailer.
Somebody
you're going super fanboy mode now, man.
Somebody took
fan cut trailers. Get out of here.
Somebody I sent it to us. I sent it to the group chat. Somebody took the original 89 Batman, 78 Superman, and Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, and then John Wesley Shipp as the Flash from the TV show, and cut it together as an old school trailer. Dude, you got to bring that up.
Right.
I sent it to you. If anybody
retro trailer,
they made it into and they purposely said, "Listen, we've made it look old because it takes place in 1990, right? The 90s JL. Okay, I know we don't have. It is too bad we don't have sound because John doesn't know how to work this properly.
Oh man, it looks like a VHS.
Right.
Sorry, folks. We'll wrap it up after this, but since we're experimenting with this stuff anyways, maybe
look at that.
Man, Christopher Reeve as Superman, so good.
Look at that, Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. Look like the way this, give it up for this guy, man. And then look.
I used to love this Flash. This Flash costume was the ultimate thing when I was a kid.
So yeah, I had the pilot episode on VHS. I lent it to a dude I used to work with, and he took it home and he had it for like a month, and then he brought it back and left it on my desk, and it was all ripped up. He's like, yo, sorry, my dog got at it. And I was like, and at the time, that VHS, it was just 2 hours of the pilot episode. I got it at the world's biggest bookstore downtown. And it was like $45 to get it because they didn't mass make these things, right? I was pissed. And yeah. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, if anybody's got I know, John plus Tech equals.
Man, Linda Carter, what a good, like, look at her look for Wonder Woman was so good. I guess all these people here, these are all like classic looks for these characters. Is it because it was the first, like, most popular version of them?
Yeah. Come on, you got to admit, man, this guy did a lot of work putting these clips together. And I mean, I know that
this is long. What is this? Two and a half minutes? Yeah.
Yeah, I know that we can't hear it, but for those, I would definitely Google Justice League 1990 trailer and watch it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, man, that's it.
Oh yeah, I you know what? I'd say the most hyped thing I am about this new DC thing. I hope they really show more of that Batmobile. I want to see that Batmobile. Yeah.
Yeah, that does look pretty cool. What do you think we're gonna get? We'll get a teaser of some sort. It's not going to be much, right? Because they had to stop filming due to COVID.
They well in that DC Fandom trailer, they pan across and it looks like the Batmobile is on the stage, the virtual stage.
Okay.
And they're going to be revealing some stuff. So it looks like a lot of wrench time went into that thing. So I think they're probably going to show it off. And almost every Batmobile, I feel like they have shown off beforehand, like the Tumblr and all that stuff. Like there's very in-depth videos for all those things. Shout out to this guy for editing all that together. Crazy.
Yeah. So do you think we're gonna get a bit of a teaser? Do you think we'll get some footage? I think we'll have to see the suit. I think we'll get a better. Yeah. I think we'll get a better shot of the suit for sure.
They've practically shown it. They show the mask. They show the mask and like his chest up, like him kind of, I don't know what he's doing, buckling in or whatever. But they've shown a lot of it, and there's some leaked shots of him riding one of the stuntmen riding a motorbike and crashing it, right?
Yeah, and you know what? That looks like the bike from like 0 Year. That looks like the Scapula bike, right? A little bit. So
yeah,
man, I'm down to see that, man. I can't wait. I'm not a big fan of the leather mask, I have to say, and the leather mask with a really square nose, I find it to be a little bit.
I don't know. The mask looked good to me. Again, we haven't seen much of it, so Andreas is asking for a Supergirl movie. Hey, maybe. Maybe. Who would you cast as Supergirl? Who would you want to see as Supergirl?
I have a really bad memory of the original one with Helen Carter or Helen. What was her name? Helen Slater, I think.
I don't know.
It was horrible, man. It was so bad. It was so bad. Peter O'Toole was in it. I think they introduced like the negative zone or whatever it was. Like it was just so bad. The Phantom Zone, sorry. It's just such a bad movie. Helen Slater, I think it was. Who would I fan cast in Supergirl? If Joey was still online, I'd say Joey. I don't know.
Be an awesome Supergirl. Amber Heard?
No.
She's done, yeah. But anyways, I guess we should wrap it up. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We're testing out the new tech. So and then we hope to go live maybe again Saturday after some of the reveals. And we will be doing a full podcast on it Sunday, I believe. So if you aren't watching the podcast or the YouTube channel, so YouTube channel has all our video versions of the podcast, and now our podcasts are all on the audio format. So if you haven't heard, we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, I think it's called, or something like Google Podcast, Stitcher, all like the major podcast things.
Yeah, and you know what? Thanks for everybody for coming out tonight. This was kind of a bit of a dry run that John and I wanted to do. We were just testing out to be able to integrate the video. We got to figure out how to do the audio next time, but that's fine. And we were just making sure everything's up and running for Saturday because I think we do want to try to jump in if we can a few times throughout the day just to kind of recap what we've seen. As John said, Sunday we will be recording a new episode all about DC Fandom. So. You know what I'd like if you guys can maybe if you want to shoot some questions over to us on the Heroes World page, and then if there's anything, if you see stuff, please, it'd be one of the things we might be jumping on pretty quick. after some of these panels if we can get around to it. I may or may not be inebriated during the day. Also,
because you're not officially working. So I think the plan is like around 8 o'clock. We're thinking of going live 8 o'clock on Saturday, possibly, or throughout the day. I think
throughout the day, but I think 8 o'clock Eastern is when the Batman.
Okay, so we're gonna be too busy yet.
Well, but and also I'm starting vacation tomorrow, so.
Oh, nice. Scott got you one more time.
That's what I got.
You're getting your chops busted this time.
Chop busted. All right. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for those who tuned in, who have left. Joey, I know you're not here anymore because you're not making any more crude comments.
We'll invite her in next time. Now that we've kind of got this running, we'll see who wants to come in and be on this. But yeah, we'll be back Saturday, I guess, and we're recording Sunday. The episode might get posted early then because it'll be kind of time sensitive news and reactions. Yeah. And then me and Rob will try to attempt to go on again Monday for a pre-show, maybe. Yeah, whenever, man. Yeah. We'll be online as long as people keep liking it and watching it. I mean, then we'll be here. Lewis, the animated series logo in this Batman. I can't read what he says because I have a stupid help button, but different ways. Right. Yeah, that's what we had said earlier, right? Yeah, it looks the same. I was actually right before we go, I'm going to grab a comic. Hang on 2 seconds. Sure. Yeah, folks, what do you think of these new logos? We posted them up. They look pretty cool. I don't know where Rob's going. This guy freaking left. Shoot, I don't know where it is. I was trying to find that that Batman comic I have, the one that I got from your shop with the McFarlane cover. Oh, here it is. Hang on. Says Rob off camera. Here. So. Right, hold on. Let me cut to Rob here. How do I get to Rob? I'm just trying to find one of the original covers. Yeah, see that Batman? Like it's you could tell that they're kind of pulling a little bit from the old 80s, right? Yeah, just the standard block letters, keep it simple, and then they're putting the symbol in here. Yeah. Yeah, see, I think it's definitely it just as soon as I saw that, I saw animated series. But I do think that there's a potential that we could be looking at a yeah, you never know. Hey, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it, man. That's right. Back to the Rob Show. No more John. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go. My wife's asleep. It's anniversary night, but it doesn't make a difference. She's going to sleep, so I'm not saying anything. I've learned anything after 15 years. I know that it's she goes to bed too early. So back to the Sopranos I go. I am 16 days in, and I've watched. I'm on episode 70. Dude, you're on your own. No one else is doing this challenge with you. No one else is doing the challenge with you. But yeah, thank you again, Rob, for coming on. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We'll be back. Hope you dug this. Yeah. Thanks, guys. See ya.